5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The pit stop is vital to every race team's success. Pull off the track, let your team go to work.
Outside, clear.
Change all 4 tires, fill the fuel cell, and make needed adjustments, all in 8 seconds or less.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter what time or where in the world you're watching. Pits are open. Will Marotti, your host. Alex Smith, our producer engineer. And if you're watching on SpeedSport, Merry Christmas. It is Christmas. We're so excited to be on. We know that probably not as many people are watching as normally. You may be watching as a recorded piece on one of our social media channels. Merry Christmas to you. We hope it's been a great day, or hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you had a great day today with your family, your friends. We hope Santa was good to you. Yes, I still believe in Santa, obviously. I think it's a great opportunity. It's just such a wonderful time, though. My favorite time of year, and what a great time to be on SpeedSport, Christmas night. We'll also be back next week on New Year's Day night, so I'll have something for you. We're like the mail, the postal service. We're here no matter what, and we're excited for you. Got a good show for you today. This is a time where maybe you've been running around visiting and presents and food, looking for a few minutes to just kind of relax and chill. We're here. Let's just relax together. We've got some great interviews for you from last week's PRI. You're going to enjoy it a lot. You're going to hopefully learn some stuff from that. Also, if you haven't yet, please go to our website, thepitsareopen.com. Sign up for our weekly newsletter. Oddly enough, the Pits Are Open, same name. It's free. That way we can send you some good racing news and also give you a preview of the upcoming episode. So it's pretty exciting. I think it's exciting. Of course, I am biased. I do work here. But we're excited. We love Christmas time. It's so wonderful. And no matter how your day went, just know that we appreciate you so much for watching. We appreciate all of our partners, all of our sponsors. And we want you to enjoy the rest of your day, if you're watching on Christmas Day. The rest of just a happy, restful, joyful time as we celebrate the biggest really event in history, the birth of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So thank you so much for watching. Enjoy it. I'll have a quick word at the end of the show for you as well. So sit back, relax, get your eggnog, get your pepperoni. Pits are open. We're with you right now. Hey, welcome back. Pits are open. We are at the spacious Indiana Convention Center for PRI 2025. Started the day with an incredible breakfast. Our good friend, partner Ralph Shaheen interviewed Mario Andretti. I was in tears for some of it. It was so good. And they also inducted 3 members into the PRI Hall of Fame. Our first interview today. We're starting out now. Sally Mott is you're the first interview of the day. Thank you so much. Yay. Woo, Sally's here. Sally is a racer, and she's moving up in the world, and we're so happy to have you on. Thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me.
So tell us, what lit the passion for motorsports for you?
My dad, actually. He's been racing since he was 8 years old, and he's about 40 years of experience. So kind of grew up with trophies on the cabinets and F1 playing in the living room, and it kind of piqued my interest. And, my dad I always joke, I say, you wanted a boy, but you got a girl. It's going to be Fast Freddy or Mustang Sally. So he took me to the kart track and let me drive around at 8 years old, and I thought it was pretty cool. I just was a little intimidated to go racing against the boys for some reason. I wish I would have started then and consistently been doing it because I would have so much more experience, but I think everything happens for a reason. So when I turned 15, I told him, I was like, hey, I want to go do that racing thing again. You think we can start? And we did my first kart race. I got spun out the first corner, but the car ride home was silent until I piped up and I was like, hey, let's do some more of that. And since then, he was like, yes, he placed the racing bug in my ear, and we've just been doing it ever since, and it's been 5 years, and I have not looked back.
Wow, that's so incredible. I want to talk to you about women in racing because the momentum is huge right now, and people are very involved in it. But before I do that, so you started in karts. You went to Spec Miata.
Yes.
We love Miatas. They're so cool. What was the door opening for that series for you?
Yeah, well, coming from go-karting, I did about 3 years, and I started winning some winning championships and breaking track records, and I figured that I wanted to do this as a career. Like, that was the moment where I was like, I could see myself doing this, right? But as you know, in a career, you need to make money. So I was like, well, that means I got to get sponsors. And sponsors don't really care to see their logo on a go-kart. Like, they want it to be on a car.
You got to move up.
And so we kind of recognized Mazda's program for grassroots racers and everything that they're doing. They're giving back so much money, and they're really supporting especially women. So it's like, okay, well, I think the first step would be to get a Spec Miata.
Right.
So we did that, raced like a club-level amateur series for about a year. It took me probably like my 8th race to not spin out because I was trying to get the transition from karts to cars like under control. I just didn't understand what was going on. It took me a minute to really get used to it because a kart has no suspension or body roll, right? No shifting. So from there I started winning, and then I was like, okay, what's the next step? I had a very, very important private plane ride with Ben Keating, 2-time Le Mans winner.
No kidding, wow.
Who lived in my town and invited me to do a champ car race with him.
Okay.
So he's like, hey, Sally, come, fly to the regional airport in Danville for VIR. It was at VIR.
Right.
And in his private plane, I can't believe I say that because it was crazy. He asked me if I wanted to go, and I was like, yes.
Who wouldn't, right?
Yeah. He actually was planning to do an MX-5 Cup race in 2023
really?
in Atlanta, which was a month away.
Okay.
So this was 2023, mind you. It was a couple years ago. And he was like, hey, I'm doing MX-5 Cup. You're in Spec Miata. Why don't you just jump up to the big leagues? And I'm like, I don't feel like I'm ready, first of all. And second of all, it's like, it's pretty expensive to do a race. I mean, we're looking at, $25,000 to $30,000 a race. And he's like, well, I think you should just do it. Jump in. Like, I'm going to do it. Come do it with me. And I'm like, okay. Well, I had to go find the money, first of all.
Okay.
Second of all, I didn't have much car experience. I had 1 year. And then he was like, well, there's also a shootout. There's the Women's Initiative Scholarship that Mazda offers if you win the shootout. And I'm like, oh, my gosh. If I can do this race, get my name out there, become a nominee, and then a finalist, and then win, I'm in for a whole season.
Yeah.
So, long story short, I did that. And I did all those things. I ended up winning.
Oh, you did win?
I did.
Oh, wow.
I became
That's awesome.
the 2023
Wow.
Women's Initiative Scholarship.
Good for you.
So fast.
Congratulations.
Like within a couple months. Thank you. And then after that, Mazda was like, hey, we're going to film a docuseries on Amazon Prime, and it's going to be called First to the Finish, and it's going to be about 3 women in the Mazda MX-5 Cup, and we want you to be one of the main characters.
Wow.
So last year, they followed me around with cameras, mic'd me up after every session, came to my house in Waco, Texas.
Oh, man.
And
I don't know if I'd want them in my house. That's a little too personal for me.
It was a bit crazy.
Yeah.
I felt kind of like a micro celebrity in a way. And I was a little bit nervous. It was my rookie year. I'm like, all my mistakes are going to be amplified on national television.
Right.
But I think it made for great TV. There was some drama between Heather and I, the other female driver, and some really highs and lows with my car chief, Brad.
Yeah.
So if you want to watch it, check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. It's called First to the Finish. And then this year I did my sophomore year.
Good.
And next year I'm looking at transitioning to late model stock.
Well, I love Amazon Prime because the people that are watching us right now on SpeedSport 1, a lot of them watch it on Amazon Prime, so I'm really good about that. Hey, let's take a quick break, and we're going to give a little love to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. This is just for the taping of it. Okay. All right, welcome back. Pits are open. Will Marotti here. Sally Ma, our guest driver. We're at Indiana Convention Center. PRI is so amazing. What a great show. So you're working your way up in the ranks. Was it a big jump for you? You were in the Spec Series, Spec Miata, and then you went up to MX-5 Cup.
Yes.
What was the biggest, not the dollar difference, but what was the biggest difference in terms of the car, handling, horsepower, drive? What did you notice? What was the biggest difference?
I would say, first of all, the racing is insane. For those of you who know
I've seen
MX-5
it.
Cup,
Yeah.
it is bumper to bumper. The first place to 20th place is separated by a couple tenths of a second. It is so competitive. We have open roll cages, which is not the same as Spec Miata. Spec
Right.
Miata is closed.
Right.
So we have open roll cages, which is terrible for aerodynamics and top speeds. That means we need to be bump drafting to be fast.
Yeah.
Like at Daytona, we're in a pack of 10 cars going into the bus stop at 150 miles an hour, and you're breaking through a bunch of people's windshields trying to judge, am I braking at the right spot, because I don't want to send all these people into the wall. There's that. We have power steering. We have ABS.
Oh, wow. Okay.
About 181 horsepower.
Wow. That's good.
About 26 to 2,700
Small car for that.
pounds. Yeah. So, I mean, there's sequential shifting, by the way. No clutch.
I've
needed.
seen. This next segment is brought to you by SpeedSport and SpeedSport 1. Racing fans, if you want to stay plugged into action, there's only one place to be, speedsport.com, speedsport1.com, for breaking news, in-depth feature, coverage of events all over the country, all forms of motorsports. It's your all-access pass, whether it's IndyCar, NASCAR, dirt track, drag strip. SpeedSport brings you the stories, the highlights, and the drama right to you. So don't miss a lap. Visit speedsport.com and tune into SpeedSport 1 or visit speedsport1.com, your home for everything racing. I've seen several Cup races, and I'm impressed. Do you think it's because of the fact that so many drivers are younger, trying to make their mark, trying to be noticed, that there's like this kamikaze attitude? I mean, it just
Definitely.
just kill, do
Yes.
it right. Is
Yeah,
that
and
why?
the thing is, and it's a 45-minute sprint race, so it's like, we need to get results now. We need to move up in the pack right now. Like, move out of the way. I'm coming through.
Okay.
And it makes for the most intense racing. Kamikaze is probably the best word I'd use to describe it.
Yeah. I've seen them. I mean, I've seen them at St. Pete.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they go into that first turn. Oh, my gosh. It's like, hey, hold your breath, right?
Yeah.
What are your ambitions? Where do you want to go after this, do you think? I mean, maybe for a pretzel and a Coke. I don't know. But I'm saying, where do you want to go after your next level of racing?
Well, I would say I'd like to be in trucks by 2027. My ultimate goal would be to be the first woman to win the NASCAR Cup Championship.
I like that. Okay.
Make some money, actually. Not mortgage my house, go racing.
Yeah, well, money's important. I get that. Well, listen, thank you so much for taking time with us. Our first guest of the weekend. We're so excited about it. And I'll be watching you more closely now, following you. How's the best way people can follow you? Social media, website? What do you have?
SallyMontRacing.com, Sally Mont Racing on Instagram, Sally Mont, Facebook, LinkedIn.
All right, good.
Follow my socials.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Sally, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't go away. Hey, welcome back. We're at PRI 2025. Will Marotti, pits are open. Great show. It's been so exciting. We've already done, I think, 4 or 5 interviews today. This was unplanned, but boy, what a great one. I told you I was at the breakfast this morning with my all-time hero, Mario Andretti, good friend Ralph Shaheen. I had tears in my eyes several times. It was wonderful. Well, we have one of the members of royalty with us, the Andretti family. Adam Andretti. Adam, how are you, buddy?
Oh, well, I'm doing great. Thank you. Thank you.
You know, we've had Adam on the show for a couple times, but this is the first time in person. So So I got to go
First
to you
time
this
remote
morning.
for you.
Yeah, first remote for us as well. I got to go. So Ralph said he had a secret source about info on Mario this morning, and as he described it, I'm thinking that was you.
Yeah.
You want to admit to that or no?
I mean, no, I won't admit to anything,
Okay.
but I still. I was like, Ryan, Ralph, I mean, I didn't realize you were pumping me for information. I didn't know that this is what you were pumping for. And
espionage.
And then just threw me right under the bus up there, right?
Yeah.
4-wheel drive, right? But, no, it's great because, it's – I heard stories. I think the timing is everything. And,
Sure.
how we talk about God and his timing. And, I think the timing that I heard the stories to when that my uncle was telling me this summer to when Ralph was asking me.
Yeah.
Because there were stories in my 46 years of being alive in his family I had never heard.
Really?
Like, for example, the Colin Chapman, how that all,
that was
how
amazing.
that all started off.
Amazing.
And so literally I left the weekend from hearing that story with my uncle this summer, came right to Watkins Glen. And that's when Ralph said, do you have any good stories? And I was like, as a matter of fact, I just heard one I never heard before. Wow. And I was really happy because I think the fans, it's great for the fans to hear.
Fans
they know
love it, yeah.
Yeah, they know, they want to hear that background, right? They want to know, how did that meeting first go?
Right.
And out of all the storytellers in the world
Yeah.
and all the storytellers living in our in our era today. I'm proud to say my Uncle Mario is like one of the best.
Mario's great.
One of the best storytellers
at
of all
his
time.
age, he hasn't lost a beat.
No.
I mean, he is as sharp as a tack still.
Yes.
And can pull these things out of 50, 60 years ago.
Oh,
it's
his
amazing.
recall. His
amazing.
recall is ridiculous.
Oh.
I mean, I can't pull things from 60 minutes ago, and he can knock it out no problem. And no, his detail, like when he talked about 65 Daytona, all the detail to the what angle he was running the spoiler and the names. You know,
he's the recalls. I mean, better recall than I have.
Yes,
I mean, it's amazing.
And I mean, it's just for those at home, he wakes up with purpose every day.
Yeah,
he's always doing something.
Yeah.
He stays active. He eats well, and it
shows.
That's the science of it, man.
Yeah.
He's 86. He's going to be 86 years of age at the end of February, on February 28th, and which is right around the corner. And I mean, I feel older than him at 46 some days.
Some days, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, my dad's 88, still kicking, still working every day. Sometimes the same thing. I feel I'm older than my dad because he's in such great shape. You know, we talked about this before. One of your appearances. I mean, what an honor it must be to have literally a global icon as your uncle, but to also bear the name yourself. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. And you've got a big goal that you're reaching for now in terms of your own longevity for a family record that you want to establish. What is that?
So, and Ralph highlighted this in the breakfast this morning. Is in 1959 is when racing started for our family, and that at Nazareth Speedway and the Hudson Hornet. And, and my dad started that off, as Mario told the story, with the winning coin toss, and then won that race. And
how funny, though, because he said he was glad your dad won the race because he didn't know what was going to happen.
Don't know what's going to happen. Don't know what's going to happen.
That was classic.
So, yeah, and you know, for me, if we can hang on for, you know, through 2029, and that'll mark 70 years consecutive that an Andretti has filled the grid in motorsports, it's so untouched. Cool. And I think we're at 66 years now. That's untouched.
Right. Yeah, it'll never be equaled.
70 is a beautiful round number.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're working hard towards that goal. And for me personally, that'll put me at 50 years of age. And you know, and I think I'm confident I'll still be competitive there. I feel very good about myself. I'm working all the time to take care of myself and my own health, to stay sharp, and you know, and so with that, to me, it just holds an extra wick that my dad was the first, and if I've been the last, that closes that chapter. But you know, my nephew Jared is still out there, working hard to try and get back on the grid. So, you know, who knows? He may take us to 75, 80, 85 years. You never know. But right now, we're pushing to get to that 70 years of Andretti.
So that's including 26. That's 4 years from now. So we got to fit an Indy 500 in there somewhere.
Working on that too, Will. Yeah, working
on that
too, because I
have to do it.
That's a race that's missing off the resume here, and a race. Honestly, I feel like since I was a kid, I was born to win, not just compete in, but win that race. I feel like there's been a calling for me. And again, like we talk about all the time, God's plan, and I relinquish myself fully to His plan, and whatever that might be. And you know, honestly, from my personal point of view, I think if they come out with a new car and follow through with the new car in 2027, that would be the great year to come in, because it's like a level playing field for everybody. So someone coming in without the IndyCar experience, like myself, would be coming in. You're standing on about the best time that you could be on a level playing ground, because right now you have the field of IndyCar drivers right now have been driving that car at that speedway for 13 years.
I mean, it's a vintage car.
It's a vintage car.
In some associations, you could run it as a vintage car.
Yeah.
And, you know, and you're at the top of your game. You've got your race craft is perfectly honed. You've got the DNA, you've got the heritage, you've got the stories, you've got the understanding. I mean, what a wonderful way to extend the legacy, to add another 500 and maybe a Borg Warner on there.
I always said if it were me that I'd end up winning the Indy 500, it'd be my dad's face I would put on the Borg Warner.
Really?
Yeah, because my dad should have had that opportunity, and he never got it because of the danger of the sport back then.
Sure.
You know, because his path would have been no different, and he would have been in Indy at one point. And I truly believe with my dad's abilities, he would have, and with some luck on his side, would have won that race.
Sure.
So yeah, I always said if it was my win, and I win that race, it won't be my face I put on that Borg Warner. It'll be my dad's
honor
face
your dad.
I'd won
Oh,
on
my
that
gosh.
trophy. We both had the same initials too, right? We're both double A's, so it'd work.
And the other thing is, if I remember the story correctly, your uncle crashed in '69 in the four-wheel drive Lotus car. The Bronner Hawk was a backup, but he had burned his face pretty significantly, and for whatever reason, he asked your dad to take the driver picture because he didn't want his face to be. Hey, this next segment is brought to you by America's Christian Credit Union. Are you looking for a smart, faith-aligned way to grow your savings? Well, listen up right now. The credit union is offering a top 12-month certificate at one of the highest rates in the nation, 4.5%. It's a limited-time offer. For new members, deposits can be up to $1 million. You can get it started as little as $1,000. It's called a term share certificate. It's similar to a CD, but packed with mission. So don't wait. Lock in before the rate drops. Go to americaschristiancu.com/pits to get started. Let me say it again. americaschristiancu.com/pits to get started today. So your dad's kind of in there anyway, at least on the pictorial side, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a great story, and it's been a question on Jeopardy.
Has
it's been a clue on Jeopardy.
Okay.
Is that right there?
Yeah.
Is that he sat in that picture, and Mario, he had severe burns in the face, in the lower part of the face, and he didn't want to ruin the picture.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And he didn't want that to be in the picture. And your identical twin is sitting right there.
Right.
So my dad
cool.
sat in for my uncle Mario. But then what was funny is in 1994, so 25 years later. No, sorry. Oh, 20.
Yeah, 25.
Yeah, something like that.
Or 35.
Anyway, John goes to do the double.
Right, Charlotte.
Because he's doing the double.
First time ever for a driver to do that.
First time ever.
Right.
Because he's doing the double, he couldn't be here for the parade. The famous Indianapolis 500 parade around downtown Indianapolis. My dad sat in for him there. So he told John, he goes, the last time I sat in for somebody for this race, they went off and won this thing. Now, John obviously didn't go off and win in 1994, but nonetheless,
wow.
it's been awesome history, and that's something my dad always had a lot of pride in, that he got to do that for my uncle and sit in on that, and he was on the front row with Foyt and Unzer, I believe Bobby Unzer. And they're all friends.
Yeah.
So it was all just pretty good
cool.
gas.
Well, Adam, this was an unplanned, welcomed opportunity. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule. I know you're busy.
Thank you.
We got a lot more Trans Am to talk about, my friend. So we'll have you on in a few months, weeks, and
anytime
see if we can do it. All right.
Anytime. I'd love to be on the pits are open.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate you,
all
Will.
Right. Adam Andretti, everybody. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away. Hey, welcome back. Pits are open. Will Marotti here. We are at PRI 2025, exciting, massive, over 1 million square feet. I'm going to tell you something. My feet are going to be really sore after these next few days, but I'm glad for it. We've got our second interview today. I'm so excited to have Nathan Nicholson with us. Nathan has been racing. He's an up-and-comer. You're going to see him, I don't know what, top level of some series soon, I promise you. Hey, thanks for coming on. Welcome to the show. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us how you got started. What was the passion? How those flames get lit for racing?
Yeah, so I think as most kids around my age, 19 years old, Cars was massively popular. They did the Disney show. So, of course, that's where I kind of started to get introduced to racing. My dad, growing up in Bloomington, used to go to the dirt track all the time, and I went with him, and that's when I started to realize, racing's pretty cool. It's something I'm interested in.
It is.
We bought our first little go-kart and took it to the local high school parking lot. Took me about 10 seconds before I ran it straight into a curb. So we were off to a hot start, but
get those things out of the way early, right? Get that first crash out early.
So from there, did some local regional stuff, Whiteland Raceway.
Yep.
That's where I grew up racing for the first couple of years. And it's just south of Indy, so IndyCar drivers, everything. It was massive. So there was a lot of pro guys coming there. It was cool.
That is neat, right?
That.
We're on the track at the same time with some of those guys?
Not then. I was too young. But they'd always have this race at Newcastle, RoboPong.
Yeah,
and there would be. It's a pretty popular race.
Yeah.
They don't do it anymore, which sucks. I'd love to do it now, but I grew up watching that all the time. So
that's cool.
Scott Dixon and Will Power, all these guys that would come through, and they're walking around, and me and my friends are like, "What? That's awesome.
That's neat."
So went through the ranks of karting, and once we kind of got to the backside of karting, shifter karts and senior, and we're like, all right, well, what's after this? We don't want to do this forever. We kind of saw the path Mazda was starting to build. They just introduced their Karts to Cars scholarship, and it didn't really have an identity yet, but it was being built.
Right.
And I got into Spec Miata, and that's when I started to meet some of those people, Josh Smith and Jonathan Applegate.
Sure.
And they kind of guided me the right way and ran SMX the next year, Spec MX-5, which is like their national club series.
Right.
I won the points championship in that, and then won the scholarship, and that's kind of, it's been
progressed from there.
Then.
It's funny you mentioned Mazda. Several years ago, a number of years ago, we went to Mazda had a shootout.
Yeah.
Open wheel cars, Formula cars, kind of like Formula 3, Formula 4.
Yeah,
right?
I remember that.
And so we went to Phoenix. We were looking for drivers because we wanted to get into the development series. We did a little bit, but not a lot. And one of the drivers that was in that competition then was Renus VK.
Oh, wow.
So you see how that ladder is absolutely working where people now they're getting to the upper echelons of motorsports. Really cool. Really cool. So I got to tell you something. I had Sally Ma on earlier. Sally's in MX-5 Cup.
Yep.
And I said, I've seen some of those races, and I think of the ones that I've seen at St. Petersburg.
Yeah.
This is like madness. And I'm wondering, do you feel like because everybody in that series is trying to get seen, trying to get noticed, trying to make a mark for themselves, do you think there's a kind of a take no prisoners attitude, especially in tracks like St. Petersburg?
Yeah, well, I mean, walls on both sides the entire way around. So, I mean, for sure, everyone there is hungry, right? And it's with how close the racing is. If you're not, you're going to get ate up, right?
Yeah.
So, I think the hunger of everyone matters a lot. But, St. Pete, that track is awesome. It goes wide, it goes narrow, it's technical, there's high-speed corners, it's awesome.
I mean, I've been on the straightaway watching the Cup cars come down and holding my breath because they're all looking for the same piece of territory, for the same piece of real estate. You can't all fit there at the same time, but nobody told them that.
Well, this past year when we raced there, I finished second both times, and then there was a late race restart in race 2. I started 5th, I believe, and they were 3 wide ahead of me in turn 1. I crossed them over, made it 4 wide on the inside, and then ended up taking the lead. So
cool, that's awesome.
That's St. Pete. It's wide.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So much fun. I've never driven them, but I'd love to. I mean, just watching it is a lot of fun.
Yeah,
it's
it
so
was
great.
the first road course race I did in a car. Was that weekend, and I always love the barrier racing and karting. It's just it's another level. There's a lot more punishment, right?
Right.
And it's exhilarating to get up to the curbs and the walls. Yeah. You're nicking mirrors off the cars. It's
the walls are the walls intimidating?
The first
when
session
you've got them on both sides all the way around.
The first session they are. And the biggest thing when you go to a street course like that, especially being coastal, the track is so dirty. You go out there's no rubber built up. It's not even clean.
Well, part of it's an airport runway, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
So it's not exactly. It's almost a street course in that.
Yeah.
It is a street course. But I'm saying when you get to it's like Sebring kind of a place.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of thing. So. Where do you want to go with this all? What's your goal? What are your aspirations?
Yeah, so I mean, my dream, I've always loved being behind anything with a steering wheel, whether it was, or not even a steering wheel, anything with wheels. My dad got me a dirt bike when I was probably 8, and my mom got rid of that really quick. I tore a ton of ruts up.
Can't imagine why.
And,
Can't imagine why.
But anything that included driving and competing, I wanted to be a part of. So I think that's obviously I love cars, but my love for racing is the competition. Okay. If I can find a way to be better and beat people, that's what I need. So I think anything that I can compete at the highest level possible and win races, that's what I want to do.
So you're open to IMSA?
Yep.
You're open to IndyCar?
Yep.
You're open to NASCAR?
Yep.
So
any of
upper echelon, whatever you. Okay.
Yeah, my current passion, I love the IMSA stuff. I've been going through that ladder, and there's I know a lot of people there. They've opened up.
IMSA's on fire right now. They got it going.
They're growing a lot too.
Yeah, they got it down.
Yeah,
They're doing great.
So anything like that, I love competing. I love winning.
So big change as you transition from karts to the Spec Series to the Cup Series. How different was the transitions going from vehicle to vehicle to vehicle?
Yeah, I think some of those higher levels of karting are extremely talented. So I hopped into the Spec Miata and was super competitive right off the bat. There's just a lot of different things when it comes to the procedures and what makes you fast, right?
Yeah.
In karting, if you can wheel, you can wheel, right? And it's, the mechanics, whatever, they'll do their job to, give you a fast kart. But when it comes to the car racing stuff, it's a lot more important to, work with your crew well, have a good setup, make sure, and all that develops throughout the year, right? So I think that's something that I tried to learn a lot about, the setup and the technical side.
I think it helps. I think the more as a driver, I remember our first year at Indy 500, we had Oriol Servio as a driver.
Yeah.
And Oriol has a degree in engineering.
Yeah.
So the feedback that he would give the team engineers is absolutely invaluable for the whole team, because he's picking up things that maybe people that didn't have that background wouldn't notice, right?
I'm not going to say I would have loved to go to school for engineering.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand school.
Yeah, well,
but I'm only 19 right now, so with doing all of this, I don't think I would have had the time to do that. But I take it to myself to try to, get those experiences and learn as much of that stuff as I can.
So we got about a minute left. We're on SpeedSport 1. People are watching this show Thursday night, 6 o'clock, SpeedSport 1. All right. How can people follow you? Your social handles? You have a website? Tell us how we can follow you.
I mainly use Instagram and Facebook, Nathan Nicholson or Nathan_Nicholson. And, those are my main forms of social media. My website's Nathan Nicholson Racing. I'm not hard to find.
No, it's good.
It's
good. It's good. Hey, thank you so much. I'll be watching you more closely. I really appreciate it. Thanks.
You.
Nathan Nicholson, everybody. Hey, we'll be right back. Don't go away. This next segment is brought to you by Redline Ace. Race fans, when it comes to standing out on and off the track, nobody does it better than Redline Ace. Located just minutes from the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Speedway, Indiana, Redline Ace is your go-to for high-performance motorsports graphics, custom car wraps, team branding to helmets, haulers, hero cards, and much, much more. Redline Ace makes sure that you look as fast as you ride. So visit redlineace.com today and see why champions trust Redline Ace to keep their image in victory lane.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're enjoying PRI 2025. Hope this opening day has been a good one for you. Ralph Shaheen here with you at the SpeedSport booth, and joining me now, Will Marotti is here from the Pits Are Open. So,
hey, Ralph,
how's everything going with you, Will?
Well, it started off pretty great. What a great interview today with Mario Andretti.
Thank you.
My gosh,
That was a good time.
You hit the number on that one. That was really good.
That was a good time. And now we got the Pits Are Open on SpeedSport 1.
Yeah, so we started the show about 5 or 6 months ago. Really doing it just to get a bigger digital footprint for our team, Mario Autosport. And Joe and I started talking about the content and what we might be able to do with it. And so we couldn't be happier, couldn't be more honored to be part of the SpeedSport 1 family.
And when is it? Is it got a set time on there right now? Or is it
we're on 6 o'clock on Thursday, 6 p.m. on Thursday, Eastern Time.
That's great. And for those that have not seen the Pits Are Open, tell them a little bit about how the show is structured.
So, I have a long background in talk radio, 13 years in talk radio. So it's an interview show. We have guests on every week. We record it. And they're industry guests, they're racers, they're sponsorship people, they're people helping in marketing. We try two things. We want to bring great news stories across to you, but we also want to help younger drivers, younger teams, smaller teams learn how to secure sponsorship. So there's an educational aspect to it. There's a news aspect to it. And we'll do a little commentary once in a while when I get cranky about something. That's how and it's an hour program. But again, the fact that we're on SpeedSport 1 now, we don't have to worry about, go to YouTube, go to here, go to here. No. Go to SpeedSport 1, 6 o'clock, Thursday night.
There you go. And it's free to watch, so we enjoy having everybody over there.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a book in your hands. Tell me about the Spirit of Speedway book.
So this was a book that we released 2 years ago. Spirit of Speedway. It's written in a remember the Cars movie, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of the cars had personalities. Well, this is the book, and Speedway's a little car. He was birthed in Speedway, Indiana. Always dreamed about making the big race. Was always told he couldn't do it. He wasn't fast enough. Wasn't big enough. Wasn't good enough. But he ran into some mentors and allies, and they helped him. And so he gets a team together. and he tries to qualify. I don't want to give it away, spoiler alert. He tries to qualify for the big race, but the book has got great illustrations. We're blessed. I'll tell you, I created the story, but my good friend Mark Dill, who's been in journalism for years,
sure.
Mark actually wrote the story. It's written on a third grade reading level because for kids, the line of demarcation is third grade. You need to be able to be functional by third grade because from 0 to 3, you're learning how to read. From 3 and beyond, you're reading to learn. So we purposely wrote it at that, and we're relaunching it with a new marketing company. So we're excited about it.
Well, that's fantastic, and that'd be a great Christmas gift too, right?
It
so
is
where
just
do people
Amazon.
get it?
Amazon, and it's just Spirit of Speedway. We had a special we ran a few weeks ago. I think it's over now, but we were selling the soft copy at $4.99. Hard copies, I think, $19.99. But it's loaded. It's loaded with racing facts. One of the reasons we wanted to do this was to help kids fall in love with racing. And so we talk a lot about things that most people don't understand about racing, but we do it in a kid way. We're trying to attract that younger generation into, particularly in this case, IndyCar racing, which is really my love.
Yeah, and speaking of IndyCar racing, you have opportunities for somebody to get a 2-seat ride.
Well, if you'll stop by our booth today, tomorrow, Saturday, booth 6048, the pits are open, and if you'll scan the code to join our weekly newsletter, we're giving away 3 IndyCar 2-seater rides. Legitimate. We're going to give one away on Thursday, one away for Friday, one away on Saturday. If you've never been in an Indy 2-seater ride, you don't know what you're missing. At 185, they don't go as fast as Indy cars do, but 185 for most civilians, that's as fast as you ever want to go.
That's all you need to go, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Speedway, by the way, I should say, Speedway, in my mind, the birth of Speedway, Indiana, is having their 100th anniversary in 2026.
Which is incredible.
So part of the reason we're relaunching the book is to honor Speedway and its 100th anniversary. But we also have a new vertical that we're moving out, and that is a bourbon brand. We have licensed and are going to be selling Spirit of Speedway bourbon.
You had me at bourbon.
A lot of people we had a bourbon. Odd enough for me because, I've been a pastor most of my life, and I haven't drank alcohol in 42 years. I'm not against it, but I was a train wreck. But it's kind of funny. The pastor's launching the bourbon brand. But this is incredible bourbon, Kentucky bourbon. Are you sitting down? I'm glad.
Yeah.
8-year aged.
Oh, boy.
This is good. And it's right in the middle. It's not too over refined, but it's not under. It's the taste is remarkable.
Well, since you can't drink it, I'll be more than happy to
we'll send you a
help
bottle.
You out. And
so
I'm only doing this to help you out.
And I
of course.
appreciate the help for the
It's
cause. I really do.
give.
But so sometime we wanted to wait until the 500 and release it then. I think we're going to do a pre-release early with about probably 150 bottles. And again, I know it seems kind of crazy that the pastor's doing a bourbon brand, but bourbon is, as you know,
huge,
bourbon is gigantic.
Yeah, huge.
There's bourbon clubs everywhere. Younger generation folks are buying it. It's a big deal.
It's a big
and
thing.
I'm not promoting, drunkenness.
No,
I'm just saying enjoy bourbon,
Enjoy
right?
the flavor,
Enjoy
yeah.
it. So it's good.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Nothing wrong with that.
So we got
Do
the
it in
book.
moderation.
We've got the bourbon brand. We've got Spirit of
2-seater
Speedway.
rides.
And
Don't do them all together, though.
yeah, could be a problem trying to go to a 2-seater ride with
So the pits are open, coming on
Yeah.
SpeedSport 1 Thursdays at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the guests you got coming in the next few episodes.
Well, the next 2 episodes we're taking will be montage. We're taking all of the guests that we've had today, tomorrow, and Saturday at PRI, and we're turning them into about 9-minute interview clips.
Oh, great.
So this next show on SpeedSport and the following show will be those interviews. And we've got some great ones. Right now, we're Megan Meyer, 2-time NHRA champ, is over there. We had Adam Andretti on earlier.
And we love old speed ponytail.
I talked to him about setting you up. That was funny. We've had a lot of NHR drivers. We've got some funny Chris King's coming on tomorrow. We got some funny car drivers. We've got Top Fuel driver coming on Saturday. So we're trying to mix it up, and we've got a lot of new up and coming drivers from Circle Series, from road courses. So we've got about 25 different interviews that we're doing over the next 3 days.
That's awesome. We
And
look
it'll be a
forward to
great
watching
collection
that.
of shows.
Yeah, Thursdays on SpeedSport 1, the pits are open with Will Marotti. Okay, the book we get on Amazon.
Book you get on Amazon.
The
Spirit of
2-seater ride,
Speedway.
we go by the booth and scan.
So all you got to do, booth 6048, scan the code, first name, last name, email address, get in for a chance to win a 2-seater ride at Indy.
And when do I get to get the bourbon, and how do I go about it?
The bourbon will be out soon. We don't have release dates on it yet.
Okay, but just
you'll
keep
be the
watching
first
the
to
pits
know.
are open.
Keep watching. We'll definitely talk about it. Pits are open. So keep watching. Pits are open. Sometime after the first year, probably looking at about February right now.
All right.
For the bourbon.
Thursday nights, 6 o'clock, Speed Sport 1, Will Marotti.
Ralph, thank
Will.
you so much. And Joe Tripp, thank you so much for helping us out. And you did, again, an amazing job with Mario Andretti this morning. That was
All right, buddy. Thank you.
my favorite. It was wonderful.
Have a great show.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Hey, I should tell you this next segment is brought to you by Schaefer Manufacturing. Schaefer Oil, America's trusted leader in oils and lubricants since 1839. If you want maximum performance, protection for your engines, your fleets, your equipment, Schaefer delivers. Their advanced lubrication reduces friction, runs cleaner, lasts longer, saves you money and fewer breakdowns and less downtime. That's why professionals in trucking, farming, racing, industry all turn to Schaefer. Don't settle for average. Give your engine the premium care it deserves. Learn more about it at SchaeferOil.com. That's SchaeferOil.com. Hey, Will Marotti. Pits are open. We are winding down the 2025 PRI show, Indiana Convention Center. We've got some great guests. We've been so blessed with phenomenal guests these 3 days. And we got some great ones that we're winding down the show with. We have Rudy and Shelly Hansen with us. And they are racers, but a little different than the disciplines that I'm used to or that we're used to. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so
much for having us.
So you are drift racers, which is kind of cool because it means there's a lot of tire smoke.
Tons of tire
smoke.
Yeah.
So explain, first of all, the discipline of drift racing. Go ahead, tell us about it.
So drift racing is that, well, there's two different. A lot of the drift, what people know for drifting is just sliding sideways like the Fast and the Furious, right? So that's kind of where it begins for all of, or the majority of teenagers in the world, right? They just see the car sliding sideways. All of us saw Fast and the Furious, right? And then you kind of do it, and it gets a little boring per se, and you want to step it up. So then you do what? You drift race. And that's what we did, and then we did that on our local area, and then we got better, and then we wanted to take it to the highest level in the world, which is Formula Drift. I got my pro license 2 seasons ago, and I got my pro spec, which is in the spec class for still pro, about 4 years ago. My wife here, we wanted to bring her. She was my spotter, and she got sick of watching me, so we decided to and then when we were missing events, she was driving on the side, and we just were missing events being together. So we got her into drifting and driving professionally, and she got her pro license last season and did her first full year of pro last year.
So who's the sanctioning body for drift racing?
Formula Drift.
Formula Drift.
Yes.
Okay. And what kind of cars are eligible to participate, or vehicles?
Anything. I can't say anything, but trucks are not there. Tube chassis are not there. So it has to be. I don't know. There is some specific ruling to it, right? But the majority of the cars are 89 Nissan 240SX up to newer stuff. They prefer to have the newer models in there because it does better for marketing for everybody, and people recognize the newer cars.
Sure.
But the car that still's kicking everybody butt all day long is the 89 240 to the 95 Nissan 240SX.
Really?
They just slide
That's
sideways.
the top vehicle.
They just work the best.
They go sideways better.
Yeah, they do.
Going sideways, the speed going sideways. So their speed, their grip, and their speed. Because drifting is all about going sideways. So they're the fastest chassis going sideways.
And what do you guys drive?
89 Nissan 240SX.
Oh, gee, what a surprise. Yep. That's cool. So it takes some skill to be able to do that. I mean, obviously, if you're a professional race car driver, you kind of go sideways by accident. But to make it happen, it's almost like dirt racing where you got to throw the car into it. And is it similar for drifting?
I would say it's really similar to dirt racing. They come into it and they've got to unload the weight of the car, and then they throw it up into the bank. Very, very similar technique. The cool thing about ours is that when you come out of the bank corner, then it usually slows down, and there's a decreasing radius turn, and then we'll have multiple turns. The funnest ones, in my opinion, are then elevation changes. So if you can make the track go downhill a little bit, have a decreasing radius or an increasing radius turn, and the technicality then increases, rather than just doing one bank all the time, straight down the road, and then another bank, right? Both fun, but I love the elevation changes.
So you're on pavement, right?
Yeah.
All right, can you make the tires have to smoke? They smoke better on pavement than dirt. So, what tracks do you race at? I mean, what's a typical track that there's drift racing?
So the typical ones of drift racing starts for the young kids is in a paddock. And then the next level up is then you'll go to road courses. So there's pretty much usually between 3 and 4 hours away from any town, there's going to be a paddock style race. After that, you go up to usually go-kart courses because people don't have big horsepower cars. Like I said, we kind of got bored with it at that point. Then the next level is Formula Drift. Those ones take us to the big ovals, big road courses and stuff like that, where Salt Lake City had 105 mile an hour entry. So those were the ones that you kind of get bored with it. You want to go faster. So that's where we ended up going.
So
Long Beach is round one.
I was going to say, okay,
and that's fun. We're driving down. They have the Grand Prix.
It's the regular street course you're using for drifting.
Yeah. They modify it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of drag racing too, out of the start.
So, yeah, of course.
And so what's great about drifting is that you're controlling your car in the most chaotic situation that you can control it in, and you're trying to place, and it's a judged sport, so you're trying to place your car within inches.
Okay.
And so that's where it becomes very technical, right? And so it's almost like a dancing with the car. So you take turns leading and chasing, and so the lead driver will go out and try to place their car in all the zones that the judges want to see your car placed in, and with depending on how much angle and how much commitment you have in your driving, right, and your speed and your aggression. And so when you hit the zones, and then for the chase driver, their job is to mimic the lead driver. So it's kind of like a dancing with the cars, and then you're judged based on
how close you are to those positions.
In the chase is proximity and mimicking the lead driver and pretty much copying them so it looks like a nice fluidity. And they need to be close to the driver. If they're too far away, that's incomplete.
Yeah.
So or if they straighten or spin out, that's an incomplete. And so it's a lot to learn.
All right.
It can be a bit confusing for some fans. But
dumb, not a drift racer question. So there's only 2 cars at a time?
Yes, and it's like a bracket system.
Okay. And how
in competitive drifting?
In competitive drifting. So how many cars are in a field? Let's see. You have an event. How many total cars would be entered for something like that?
In the pro level, there's 40 cars typical.
That's amazing. And are most of them those 240s or
no? Really, about 10% of them. 10% of them. They have Mustangs. They have Corvettes. They have Supras. They have BRZs. I would say that would be the majority, and BMWs.
So I can do it with my Ford Edge, right?
They did it with the Scions years ago.
Yeah.
There's a few of them that were front wheel drives that they modified to be rear wheel drive chassis. So they're really any car could do it. The ones that
you really need a rear wheel drive to do it best.
Well, you can only do it with a rear wheel drive,
okay,
but you can modify any of the cars. It's just how much time do you have to modify it?
Right, or money.
Yeah, money.
Yeah. All right. Oh gosh, this is a learning experience for me. So 2026. When's your first event in 2026?
April 10th, I believe, right around the first few weeks of April.
And where is it?
Long Beach, the Streaks of Long Beach.
Okay, great, wonderful. I might be there. That's awesome. That'd be cool.
It is super fun. Cars make over 1,000 horsepower. The tires last for 2 laps.
Yeah.
And you get to go down there right on the ocean side, and it is just a beautiful.
That is so cool.
Beautiful scenery, and it's a good vibe. Everybody's kind of been cold all year long, and get a break out of there and get some nice warm weather. It's a nice start off with the Grand Prix going too.
Yeah. Well, this is greght. Thanks for taking time.
Yeah,
Shelley, Rudy, Hansen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate meeting you guys. Thank you so much. And happy drifting.
Thank you so much.
Okay. We'll be right back. All right. Hey, that's the show, boy. I hope you enjoyed it. Adam Andretti, always a joy to have Adam. Thank you, Ralph Shaheen, for that great interview at PRI as we announced our book and our bourbon brand coming out. The book Spirit of Speedway on sale now. Thank you also, Sally Mott, Nathan Nicholson, and the Hansons. Drifting. Hey, God bless you. Merry Christmas. Love you guys. We'll see you next week.